And lunch will be served in KFC next year, so you can all join us. Volunteer students also.
If we normally if we earn 10 rupees, I'll say in terms of business, if we say actually 100 rupees, then our profit is 10 rupees a day. Then if we say the 10 rupees, normally in any business transaction, we say 10 rupees, then it resembles that we have done 100 rupees transaction.
Clap for him.
I am trying to explain the math anyways in common sense.
Write an email to me, we will interact. All of you can, as such. I have my contact details which are shared. I will try to request the professors to pass on these slides to everyone. Because these slides are very concise. Web, I think, if you ask me if it is a good source or a bad source.
Sumit Shekhar Neeraj is a focused professional with experience of 7.5 years in driving target-oriented projects in sourcing, manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, with roles in sourcing, project management of supplier or vendor risk assessment, alternate vendor developments, risk mitigation, RFX, RFI, fair value analysis, project coordination and delivery with strengths in techno-commercial projects, purchase spend analysis, portal developments, namely supplier scorecard and PMO dashboards, continuous improvement and idea generation. In Dr. Reddy's Limited, some of his responsibilities are project management, vendor assessment, facilitating CIT and throughout improvement projects analysis, evaluation and implementations, PMO, spend analysis and supplier scorecard portals, functional development. He has also worked as Senior Officer of Production and Scheduling in Fresenium Kabi Limited, India from 2007 to 2010. His responsibilities were scheduling and planning of production and material management, plans annual OPEX budgeting, supervising manufacturing process of SVPs. Earlier in 2006 to 2007, he has worked as a territory manager marketing in Eli PVT Limited.
Introduced so nicely my own college students and the faculty. With this, maybe I quickly start my presentation. Can we switch this off? Switch it off. So we quickly go through what is there on the screen. Am I audible till the last there? I am audible, right? Otherwise I could shout, although I have a bad voice today. So when I say a penny saved is 4 pennies earned, my friend has already given me that answer maybe, but I will just revisit what it exactly means in the course of presentation. We keep this question open till we reach there. I'll just quickly set the agenda. What am I here for and what is it that I wish you all to cost means to an organization? How and what impact does it play for an organization as a business entity, and how do we reach there? There is a lot of disturbance. Is it because of this?
You can't use that.
To keep the audience awake, I wanted to be animated so that they can keep tracking me. Will there still be this thing? I think I will have to continue. So, how do we reach to the animal called cost? Right, so what is it that we need to look into in our organization and its databases, and where do we and how do we track that cost as an animal for an organization? Next is, once we have sourced the data, what is it that we need to do to clean the data? I'll explain why cleaning of data is needed. We will just quickly run through these slides. I won't take much of your time. I know it's a Saturday post-lunch session. Next is, once your data is cleaned, what do we do out of it? Now that you have tamed the animal, at least you have gotten a control of it, you have put your rope, its neck, what do you do with that animal? So we do things like categorization, profiling and stuff like that. I will come through that. What does it really mean? Once the profiling is done, we will see, right? So once the profiling is done, we do something called heat mapping. So heat mapping is a bit technical term. I am sure you must have watched on in National Geographic or Discovery channels, wherein infrared cameras do heat mapping. So we will do similar exercise but in a different fashion. What next? The next is, once the heat mapping is done, actually they go hand in hand. Heat mapping and identifying levers. What does the lever do? A lever facilitates our actions, right? We need not put extra force. The lever sort of manages that extra amount of force. These levers and heat maps also help us manage that extra force which we would have otherwise put in to tame that animal. We will come to that in detail. I have many slides to explain that. Once the levers are applied, once the heat mapping is done, we need to prioritize on our work. We see there are two approaches. We can either boil the ocean and get the salt, or we can take a part of it and then boil it and then get the salt which we need. Right? Depending upon which concentration, which part of the ocean contains the maximum concentration of the salt. So we would not boil the ocean. We take an oath that we would not boil the ocean in our careers. We would find for the places where the ocean has most salt, and we will boil that part of the ocean. Right? So I'm just trying to give you wild examples. We will come to the real ones pretty soon. What next? So once you have done the prioritization, which is not boiling the ocean, boiling only a part of it which has the maximum salt, we take that salt and then we eat it. How do we eat it? It is project management office which has to eat it. Which means once the levers have been applied, I'm sure these are not connecting that much to you right now. We will get into the details. So once the levers have been identified, once the ideas have been identified, we know which areas have the maximum salt. We set up an office called project management office, which drives the eating of those salts. Eating as in the securing of those salts for the organization. And project management principles, I just put the names, I will not get into the details. They are quite self-explanatory. Initiate, plan, execute, monitor and control. I am sure you have had enough discussion in ops classes about these. BIP, MCC. What next? Once we have known how to tame the animal, should we not get into the business of taming such animals? Because we are now experts. We have done the mining, we have done the boiling of ocean, part of it. We know the tips and tricks of the game. Why not institutionalize it? Why not create processes and systems which you don't need people, or which are independent of people. Today I am with the organization, I know how to run these tips and tricks. Tomorrow I might not, I might have a greener pasture to move on. But the organization, the wheel of the organization should never stop. How will it not stop? The organization should ensure that any intellectual property is ingrained in its processes, it is institutionalized, it is made independent of people working in it. There have to be systems set up which have to be made independent of the people who devised them. Because end of the day, the person who drove that program in say past, you would have apprehension in mind that I am a small buyer. If I go to US, I really don't know what all duties and what not I have to pay. It's not that way. Reach out to the right country and I can guarantee you, and if you expand this, it has all countries with the right competitive advantages mentioned over there. These are some
sort of examples. Your multi-million numbers of input materials cannot be listed here. But you will find by and large, you can always research on Google which country is best in what. Look into your spend.
So that's one thing. Now I request Professor M. Subramanian to come up to the stage and give a token of appreciation to Mr. Neeraj.